Hi guys, Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and I'm happy because I've got some nice natural nails. You can have a look, guys, at this beauties. They're absolutely amazing. I think one of the nicest natural nails I have seen in ages. So I thought it would be nice to record the tutorial for you. So we are also going to use the fiber gel in a bottle and the color pink velour, which is absolutely a stunning, beautiful color. And the lady wanted a tiny bit of sparkle as well. So I'm starting with Insta Spray, which is a fab hand sanitizer. I love it because it doesn't, you can rub it in, it doesn't affect how the nails last, like for some of the hand sanitizers which got some moisturizing stuffs in them, and then leaving those kind of greasy film over the nails. So this one is absolutely fantastic, and it doesn't give allergies. So I had actually a bad accident using a different hand sanitizer. My skin pretty badly peeled, so this one is fantastic. Now I'm pushing back the cuticles, which are really beautiful as well. And then before I start doing any work on those nails, I'm using a blue scrub to clean any kind of oils or a dirt which might be on the nails. So just clean them really well, and then we can start shaping them. So when you're working with the client, like, always make sure you remove any rough edges from the file. I'm just going like this. And then if you do remove it, those raggy bits and pieces, you are not going to hurt the client, okay? So this is really important. What shape would you like them?
Almondy shape.
Almondy shape. Okay, they will be too short for an almond, so we can go nice oval to start with.
Go for it.
Yeah, unless you want them squoval till they're short, and then once they grow, we can start gradually swapping for
whatever you think
for almonds. So
best.
For this length, I would say the squoval shape would be better, or oval. So just kind of like it's going to look nice and pretty. So we are going to, because we need to even them out as well, so we are going to go for a squoval shape. So nice and straight, and file the edges, run them off so they're not too square. Okay, and then do it on the next ones. And when working with those kind of at those kind of ages, I'm also pulling the client's nail folds down. I don't want to hurt my client. So they're really beautiful.
Thank you.
If you kind of got your routine and filing, you're not jumping all over the place, then the filing becomes much easier. So I would always start nice and straight. Okay, and then I can see it where I've got uneven surface. File a little bit on the sides, get rid of those corners here. So it's not sharp and it's not annoying, into the squoval shape. And I think shorter nails really suit like the squoval shape, and then when they're longer, they can be coffins, almonds, or any other shape. But for this this length, squoval is just a perfect shape. Okay, on this one I need to be very careful to try to keep as much length as possible, and there is a wee splitting on the nail. If you will leave the splitting, the natural nail could pull away the product, so always make sure you get rid of any splittings. They cannot stay on the nails. They are actually almost squoval shape on their own, so it's really just to improve this shape and make it better. Okay, just round off the corners and the thumb. So happy to be finally back in. But they're so strong as well. Like really nice and strong. I have been always liking her nails anyway. Now we are going to do a little bit of the cuticle work only from the nail plate. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the cuticle which is on the nail plate. One side. Other side. And then put my e-file into the reverse and do the other part of the nail. Once this part is done, we can clean the nails and then scratch the surface of the natural nail plate. So making sure there is no cuticles, no dust after we prep it, and no shiny places, which will give us a really nice adhesion of the product. But then at the same time, you don't want to overfile it. Because if you overfile the nails, they become damaged and none of the product wants to stay on the damaged nails. So the nicer condition the natural nails are, the better retentions you get. Like the longer the client can go in between appointments, and the longer and better the products last. I've got few ideas in my head. One is saying me like we should go for a nice French. Then the second idea is saying maybe we could go for like a color baby boomer. I don't know, pink baby boomer, and then some sparkles in the corners with couple squiggles. And then we could go for a color French. I don't know, like on pink or blue or purple, whichever is your favorite color. So I've got quite a few different ideas in my head.
Your choice.
My choice. Oh my goodness.
You know best.
Can you help me just with the color and in between, if we're going more for like a classic? So the options we've got, we could go for a classic look, which is like a kind of French or a baby boomer, with the classic color, which is white. Okay, yeah. We could do the same style, but we could do it with the color, and we could do it a color French, or we could do a color baby boomer. And then we could also do like a full color over your nails with some sort of design. So you've got three options.
Maybe a color baby boomer.
Color baby boomer. Yeah. And what would be your favorite color? Pink, purple, blue?
I always love pinks.
You always love pinks. That's a good choice. So we are going to do a pink baby boomer over the fiber gel, and we are going to do some sort of wee sparkly bits and pieces as well on the set of the nails. Okay, you can see it also on the areas which are close to the cuticles. I like to use the corner of my file just so I can really nicely get in there without hurting the client as well. And the files are great because they are in a half a moon shape, so it's easier to follow the cuticle area without like, you know, going and filing the skin. So with those kind of movement as well, I'm kind of pushing back the cuticles even more. And the next one. And the last pinky. Are you excited for your brows?
I think so. Yeah, no, I am.
So the lady is also getting the microbleeding done as well. We are going to make her eyebrows nice and beautiful. After I have done this part, I go with the file because I'm doing it pretty kind of quick, I would say, and just checking for any other places I need to touch up. And that's how I always do it, a prep for any kind of product. Unless it is a gel polish on top of the natural nails, then instead of file, the buffer is absolutely enough to create those scratches. We don't have to use the file. For fiber gel, I like to use 180 grit on the natural nail plate. Great, so we are going to clean it, everything well, and then blue scrub to dehydrate those nails. Nice and squeaky blue scrub. Extra nail prep. Quite often I like to put the fan on as well because it makes the prep to dry faster. Same when I'm applying the universal air bond. I'm just keeping the fan on. And now we can apply the fiber in the bottle. So it is a pink velour color. Nice and thin layer. We don't need a lot of, for this length, I don't need like lots of products in there. It's just really to exchange the look of the natural nail plate and just to strengthen up the nails a little bit more. And I think it looks so beautiful even on its own, isn't it? Wow. Okay, after I have applied nice and thin layer, I can build up like the tiniest apex ever, more through the middle of the nail, just to give those extra strength to the nail. Okay, leave it so it self level and then move on into the next nail. I'm really kind of giving those shaky motions so the product really goes into the scratches which we have created. And then tiny bit more in the middle to give it a little bit of strength. Inside. So I have done 2 nails at the one time, and now I'm going to do the same on this hand, or even 1 nail on this hand, because I always like to finish one hand sooner, so we've got the time to cure it properly. Like pull those nail folds down, cap those free edge, pull the nail folds down, cap those free edge. Yeah, it looks absolutely stunning even on its own. And the tiniest ever apex. Blend this out. Change. Okay, we are going to do it exactly the same on those nails. So the first layer, very shaky, press it kind of strong so the product adheres into the nail plate. And then same on this one. Pull the nail folds down, grab the free edge. And then build up the apex. Remove the excess. And what I love about it, by the time I finish it, the fiber in the bottle self-level a little bit, so it's looking really nice and smooth. Perfect change. Okay, now I can do 2 nails in here. And this is going to be absolutely enough to strengthen the natural nails. And what I like about it as well, later on when the client comes back for the removal of the gel polish, I can use the e-file because I'm going to file only till I reach the fiber in the bottle gel rather than filing through the so-called base gel change. And obviously the product is stronger than just a gel polish on its own. So absolutely perfect for growing the natural nails. Don't apply it too much product around the lunula area. We wanted it to kind of be see-through in case if we decide to go for those kind of like a baby boomer looks or a French manicure, it looks much nicer when it's not too heavy. Change. Okay, and now I can do those 3 nails. So my hand is curing, and that saves me lots of time because I don't have to wait for the product to be cured. So I've got time to do 3 nails now. I believe, guys, you are same happy that the salon is finally back, so you can see the tutorials from the salon. And the clients obviously are happy as well. Emma is laughing now. Yeah. Finally.
No, it's been very long.
Far too long. Okay, so I have started only with those thin layers, so I don't have to worry that my product is going to run into the cuticles or the side walls. And then I will be having a time to add a little bit more strength to it. So the tiny apex in there. I'm just going to pick it and show you the fan as well. Good afternoon, Ibiza. I just have a wee look for you. And then give it a cure. Okay, so the first hand is cure and we can just remove it. Clean the inhibition layer. But that looks really nice, like so clean, isn't it? And now we are going to prep those nails for baby boomer. Okay, so I'm just going to reshape it. I know there is almost nothing to shape it, but what I like to do it is blend the cuticle area. Okay, so only blend it around the cuticle area. Like make sure the free edge, like we are still going to cap it again with the product. So I'm kind of removing like a fluffy bits and pieces if there is anything. Blending those cuticle area really well. Because if there is nothing to catch, those nails are going to last a really, really long time. So blend that out. And you know, guys, it isn't really even as time consuming, but it's exchanging the lasting time of the products. And also I can perfect the shape like being really fussy. And you can remove your other hand is ready as well. So we are going to do it straight away the same thing on this hand. And I like, see, a big time saver, guys, for you. Don't jump from one thing to another thing, okay? So when I'm holding this file in a hand, it's better if you do it, everything what you have to do it with this file and then swap for the buffer. Because putting the file away and picking up another tool is time consuming. Like, and if you do it, it's, I don't know, 10, 20 times during our appointment, it is lots of time. So if I'm working with the file, I'm working with the file. And look, as honestly, guys, it's just seconds to make this shape better and to blend this area a little bit. I think I would love them just like even a slightly thicker layer, like just like this. Absolutely beautiful. And now we are going to use the buffer. So again, scratch the edges. And just give them a nice buff. And the buffer is a rough buffer. It's not a buffer which makes the nails to the high shine. It's a buffer which buffs the nails. Okay, look how nice and neat cuticle area we can have. So with the color application, it would look absolutely stunning as well. Again, around the cuticle area. E-file, because there is one part which I don't like here. And it would be too difficult to do it with the normal file. And with the buffer, it would just take too long time. Okay, blend that out. The buffers are really tricky and they can be so sharp. They can be really a danger tool. So when I'm working around the cuticle or close to the sidewalls, I'm really filing over my fingers. Like you can see it, all this area is covered. That's why I can go like pretty fast, but still when I'm working at these angles, I'm slowing down. There is also another color of the fiber gel in a bottle, and this one is a satin pink. Actually, just before I finish filing, because this one is nice for a baby boomers as well. So this one is similar to the light rose, and then this one is similar to a soft pink. They both really beautiful. It's just so you've got an idea of the colors. So this one is called pink velour. That's a pink velour. And then this one is a satin pink. Okay, so satin pink is more like a soft pink from the normal diamond jars, and then the velour pink is more like a light rose. I think that's why I have picked up this color, because light rose, you guys know, is my favorite. And if you do those kind of application, like they could probably almost grow out from the nails, because there is not going to be any catchy bits and pieces. Okay, after this part, we have to do a little bit of the cuticle work, and I left it at this stage because we're still going to go with the top coat. So first of all, I'm going to have a really nice transition when the nails grow. You wouldn't be able to see the growth as much. There is not going to be any bumps because you cannot tell where the product is starting, even if I'm pushing back the cuticles. And we will tidy up those cuticles and do a beautiful baby boomer. Even design with the neon pigments would look absolutely fantastic on those nails as well. Yeah, those kind of wee bits and pieces as well. I could do so many different things on them because she got really nice and beautiful nails. So now we are going to use a cuticle nipper, and I quite like it. It has a 2 millimeters, is very precise, and I'm going to tidy up only very raggy bits and pieces. Like, I don't want to overdo it, because overdoing cuticles is causing a scarring tissue, and you actually have more work later on with your clients. Because they grow more. They're actually really nice cuticles, so it is unnecessary to overdo them. Especially that I find it also the cuticles looks much worse when we're doing all the filing, because they are dry from the, obviously we have to dehydrate the nail plate, so the cuticles got dehydrated as well, and they look a bit drier. And then once we finish working and we clean the nails, we clean the hands, they are actually not as bad as they look before. So clean everything well, and now it's a time for a beautiful baby boomer. And this is actually awesome as well, because applying a baby boomer with the sponge technique for those kind of length nails is pretty more challenging. And you guys ask me often like, oh, how you are not touching the skin, should I put the tape or something? So I'm just going to show you how I do it on a real client as well. I'm going to use the back of the form for my sponge. And then cut some sponge. So that's a sponge, I'm going to use it. Now I'm just going to cut it. put it on the back of the foil, and that's my sponge ready for the baby boomer. And the pink color, so I maybe even have it mix it. Okay, I do, but this one is far too dark. So obviously it's a Color Plus gel with the drop of the Paint on French gel. Okay, and now we've got this part done. So using my sponge, I'm going to blend that out. And to be able to blend it out nicely, I'm holding my client's nail folds so I don't get the product in there. And what I'm doing is I'm rubbing the product. Okay, so rubbing the product, it is hardly visible. I'm not sure even if the camera can catch it, but that's what you want. Okay, so the first layer, you wanted it really hardly visible. That's how the most nice baby boomers is created. And look, you've got the edges of the sponge, so you can easily, even without of hiding the client's nail folds, you can easily do it these parts. Okay, the color is really almost invisible. Another tip, guys, for you, like if you're getting some air bubbles and you worry about the product stuck in there inside, what you could do is you could apply the top coat to fill up those air bubbles, and then like the pitting holes, and then just buff it and apply the baby boomer. Sometimes I have to do it as well, depending like how much air I have introduced into the product. Okay, and the thumb. Awesome. Change your hands. So you can see this doesn't take long. Now I'm doing a second layer. Sponge. And now I don't go as high as I did with the first one, so I'm blending lower. And those blending is more tapping compared to the first one. So tap, 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 tap. Change. And the next round. I love like once the sponge absorbed a little bit of the color because it's much easier even to blend it. Much easier when the sponge has some color. And then the thumb. Change. Okay, now we are going at the free edge only, and we are only going to blend those free edge. Because we want this end to be more pigmented than the rest of the nail. Like make sure you clean it always from any fluffy bits and pieces. Change. And the sponge. If by accident you go too high, clean wipe, clean sponge, and just remove that excess. This is the part which I don't want to touch too many times because I don't want to absorb too much product to my sponge. I want this product to be there more pigmented. Got some fluff. Change. Now the last thing what you could do is on the sponge you've got some product, clean it, the excess of this product, okay, and then just go all over it to blend it even nicest. You don't have to do it necessary, but I kind of like to just to have the most amazing baby boomer. You know, guys, it's going to take me like, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it does change the look of the nails. So look at this. I hope it is visible in the camera. The color is so light, but and now I'm not scared. I can press even harder. So obviously on the first nails I'm pressing lighter, but the next ones I'm pressing a little bit harder because I want to squeeze this product out from the sponge. Change. And ideally, I want to keep the sponge for the next client, which is going to have the baby boomer as well, because then it is going to be so easy and so quick because the sponge already has its shape. So it's going really nice into the edges, is doing a nice work, and it has a little bit of product which is absorbed in there. Okay, so this is just a final blending. That's when you're really fussy and you really like the client. And we like him. Okay, perfect. Change your hands. Now let's think about the sparkles. Again, I've got a few different ideas, but they're so beautiful just the way they are, isn't it? I really delicate and beautiful look. So what we could do is we could put like a little bit of sparkles on the top of the nails around the cuticle area, or we could put it more to the corner, or we could do maybe like a wee jewel or something. What would you prefer it?
I've never had it around the cuticles before.
So around the cuticles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. So I'm just searching for a nice glitter, and I think silver.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'm storing my glitters like this. So I'm picking up those larger sparkles because they look like a wee diamonds, and I love them. And again, using my old damaged brush, we are going to do some nail art. So I'm just cleaning it. A drop of the base gel. And what is great, I've got the back of the foil here, so I can put a drop of the base gel in there. Pick it up. And we are going to apply those glitter. So I've got my glitter in there. I'm just picking up a couple bits and pieces. You can even mix it with the base as well. And now we are going to distribute them nice the way we want. So I want them to be a bit more heavy around the cuticle area, and then going gradually. I might pick up one more glitter, which is finer, to kind of achieve this effect. Okay, so nice and close to the cuticle. One more sparkly bit in there. And then I'm going to pick up another glitter, which is not as not as large, so something a bit smaller. Dip in my brush in this glitter. And just add the corners, just so we've got this kind of more faded look. Pick up the sponge, because you don't want to do any more filing. I mean, you could, depending how neat you are with the glitter application. So the sponges is flattening the glitter and also blending it nicer as well, and removing the excess of the base gel. You can already see that the glitter looks much nicer. Great. Change your hands. So do exactly the same on this one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very hot. Bye.
Bye bye. So relaxing. Like almost hypnosing.
Which is nice when you've got two little ones at home.
Yeah, running about. How old is the youngest one now?
5 months now.
5 months. Yeah, you well deserve a meal time.
Yeah.
Chill out and quietness, isn't it, as well? Like a bit of clear head.
There's nothing nicer than just sitting in the quiet, in a quiet room.
So yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it then. Nice and quiet. See, that's the thing, like, you know, sometimes people just need those time to themselves and a piece of time to tidy up their minds. I'm sometimes like this as well, like going, Patrick picks me up with the car and I'm just sitting in a car and that's it, like I just, that's
switch
it,
off.
switch off, and like I need like, you know, 15-20 minutes just to myself. Okay, blend this one out. Change. And now our last and final step, guys, it is a high shine no wipe top gel, and then those beautiful natural nails are finished. So with the top coat, we go very close to the cuticle. We seal everything what we have created. Cap those free edge. Next one, if you find it the glitter is rough after you cure it, you just take a buffer, buff it, and reapply the top coat. And this way you kind of remove any sticking out bits and pieces. But with the sponge technique, quite often it is not needed. I will laugh. So again, depending how you like the client. No, it's just if it's rough, you do it. If it's not rough, there is no need to do it. Now I've got some small glitter part in there. So I'm just going to, that's it. The glitter is on my gloves, so I must just drop it into the nail. Cap the free edge. Yeah, and that's this beautiful set of the nails finished. Change. I will show you the final results in a minute. Proszę. Pa! Just a top coat. Now guys, I really sorry, but I hope you don't mind as well, like when there is phones going on, people coming in, and I'm trying to pick up the most quietest time. Like, believe me guys, I'm picking up the most quiet time, because sometimes it is really loud in here. Another particle of the glitter. Yeah, and I think it will be really nice also to show you the rebalance on those nails when they come back, just so you could see it, how the products last as well, which is done this way. Top coated. And change. Oh, no, don't change. I didn't like how the top coat reflected in there. Give it a couple seconds. Perfect, change. So if you find any imperfections, you can use your top coat as well to improve it as a final stitch. Now I'm going to wait a couple seconds before I touch those nails. If you touch the top coat too soon, any kind of top coat, like if you touch it too soon, it can go a bit dull. So I don't like to do it before they cool down. I take a buffer and I check if there is any raggy bits and pieces. Like, I mean, being honest, if we've got any raggy bits and pieces, we are going to pick at it, and that's what the clients are doing as well. So you want to make sure there is no bits and pieces like this. Then you've got time to clean your desk, like bin the stuff you don't need, and close the products. And that's the time when the top coat is curing as well. So I always really like to do that, and I'm not feeling like I'm wasting the time, because I would still have to, you know, pack my glitters. And actually those pots are fab for glitters, because you don't have to be scared like you will lose them, and they really nicely displayed. So I've got them all sorted in different colors. Like, I've got a few boxes of silver, then I might have like a box of blue, I don't know, a box of pink. So like lots of different boxes with different glitters, and it's fantastic, and they are just on front of me, so each time when I'm needing a glitter, I'm just going and picking up one. But anyway, that's the top coat cooled down. So I'm just taking just a normal baby wipes. Like, I want my clients' hands to be nice and clean, and I'm cleaning all the mess which we have created in there, you know, like any particles of the dust, like really nice, those nail folds. Wipe away the excess of the dust, and then apply the cuticle oil. Okay, so once I'm applying the cuticle oil on those nails, and you can see it how nice and shiny the top coat is, because we have waited for it. Now, same with the cuticle oil. If you apply the cuticle oil too soon, it will really dull your top coat. So that's a wee tip for you guys as well. Now let me check. And then once it's cooled down, it's fine. You can oil them, you can put the creams, you can do anything you want with the nails. So you can see it, 2 hands, very cute, like, you know, nothing over the top, cute little set on top of those natural nails. Yeah, I'm sending you glittery hacks. If you're new in here, hit the subscribe button, and lots of kisses to the existing ones. Bye guys, see you next time.